guys got an organization here that's just extraordinary. You're the future. You're showing people that you can be an owner, not just an employee, right?
What this model does for people's lives is a movement.
And not only are we going to be the largest and most influential real estate company, but we will be the most productive real estate company as well. Hi, everyone. Welcome. And I am so excited to be here with the one and only Miriam Cruz, aka the Queen of Probate, the Probate Queen. She is my dear friend. We've gotten to know each other over the last, I want to say, less than a year, but we've been talking for a while. And today is the day that I am so proud to announce that Miriam is now part of the Global Alliance at eXp. She is a phenomenal leader. I want to just share a little bit about your bio, Miriam, if you would just allow me the honors of doing so everyone who's listening can know what you are going to bless the industry with now that you are here with us at eXp. Guys, you know, I'm attracted to powerful women who are out there paving the way, powerful women who are out there representing what leadership looks like. And Miriam is a prime example of that. Miriam, force to be reckoned with. First year in real estate, you sold over 20 homes. You become a prospecting queen, a probate queen, specializing in sellers. In addition to that, you have started to, impact the world of women in leadership and founded your own organization. We Are Wire, which I want to talk a little bit more about that, to empower women in the real estate industry and to help impact more lives. I'm honored, first of all, and I don't believe that friendships and relationships are about length all the time. I think oftentimes it's about immediate impact and strength. And when I met you and when I had an opportunity to talk to you and you had an opportunity to talk to my team and to the people who are in my world, we're like, we just continue to be so blessed to have a way to be in proximity with like-minded women, powerful leaders who are so aligned with the things that we are passionate about. So thank you, first of all. I say it from the most humble part of my heart for trusting me, for seeing me, and for believing that we had something in common, even though we're thousands of miles away from each other. But I feel so connected to you deeply. So first of all, thank you and welcome.
Thank you. I absolutely feel the same way. And I'm really excited about joining the team and learning more. I've been, like you said, real estate pretty much on my own. I didn't have a team. I didn't have a group of people that was guiding me. So with your support and guidance, I'm blessed to be here.
Oh, wow. We're honored to, like I said, not only have you, but also excited to learn from you, because what I have had the honor of experiencing is that leaders like you, leaders like so many of our other partners, they are hungry to give back. They love to share. They love to collaborate. They love to meet other like-minded leaders. So selfishly speaking, and I say this in a good way, is I'm excited to learn from you. I'm excited not only to also share what's worked with us, but you also meet some of our other partners, which you've met a few already. Mm-hmm. You had a chance to connect with some, but like we all have a very similar, I would say, a way of thinking and being, and just this culture that gives back and this culture that lifts each other up, and you are no different. So the fact that you come with such a great track record, and the fact that you come with this drive and this purpose, it is not by accident that you're here. So right. We are excited to pour into you. We are excited to extend our community. We are excited to, do more things with you, and also equally just be a sponge and learn from you and help you. We talk about vision, right? Vision building here. And we talk about helping people unlock their dreams. Watching you and helping you and being a part of your journey to unlock what success looks like for you, which you and I have talked about. You are on a mission to empower more agents, not just women, but more agents, and educate them on how to break into probate, break into these, the relationships with attorneys, earn the trust of high net worth individuals.
Right.
Also, of course, the art and the science of prospecting.
Correct.
And when you do, where do you start? So you could speak to the heart of millions of agents, because yes, there are a lot of top producers out there that, have reached a level of success that oftentimes, Miriam, is unrelatable. It's
Right.
unrelatable to some people, and I will tell you that. But you are relatable. Why? Because you've been in the agent of today's shoes. You know what it is to sell 20, 40, 30 homes in this market. And you will also understand the different types of buyers and sellers that are out there and the different types of needs. Not every situation is the same. When you have to have that specialty in working and navigating through complex scenarios, you have the experience because of your legal background, because of obviously your experience, and now you want to bless others with this type of option, right, for them to educate themselves and learn, and not just service, right, probate, but like specialized, like you said, high net worth clients or clients who are day to day, just
Right.
like you and I. I'm excited and what prospecting looks like for an agent. So let's talk a little bit about Miriam before real estate. I want people
Yeah.
to know who you are, because we sell real estate, but we're so much more than that. We are so
Yes.
much more than real estate. We have a deeper purpose and a deeper story. So get us started. Tell us a little bit more about you pre real estate.
Before I started real estate, I actually worked for the courthouse in Santa Clara County, and I worked with the judge. I was also a supervisor for traffic and criminal. So I always, prior to that, I worked for nonprofit YMCA here locally, again in Santa Clara County. I always had a passion for serving others and helping the community, no matter what, whether if it was at the court, and defendants, or people were there considered criminals. I always had a passion for helping their families and providing resources, and my staff as well. So when I started real estate, I started with a family member years ago, and I was cold calling for him. And when I first got my first lead, I realized, oh, I'm actually good at this. Like, I can cold call someone, I can start a conversation with someone. And I, connected with people in the industry and started calling. But I realized when I made that phone call, it wasn't about the real estate either. It was about establishing a relationship and trust. The same thing that I had been doing in the community. So whenever I call someone, that's usually how I get most of my leads. Well, now I'm getting more referrals, but initially, and it was really about just building a relationship with someone that I know nothing about, only what I see on the paperwork, but it was mainly about them. So my goal in life has been to provide assistance, to add value to others in whatever space I'm in. And in return, that's where I've had a lot of opportunities. So I've done many things in my lifetime that now I see how it's led me to real estate.
So powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, and you hear the saying in real estate, this is about relationships. This is always about relationships. And if you can connect with people and you can provide value and you can understand their scenario and you can just care enough about listening and
Right.
creating a plan for them, real estate is, the profession we choose. But the fact that our skill and our art is relationship building first and caring about the other person on the other side. And a lot of agents, they'll say that, oh, what my value proposition? Oh, I care, integrity. But show me how you care. Help
Right.
people navigate through their difficult situations or their situations and listen more. You will have a thriving career in real estate if you do it consistently enough and you master your art and you talk to enough people and you help enough people. You can have a thriving career in real estate. And just understanding everything you've already done pre-real estate, it's not a surprise that you're already having so much success in real estate. I love that. Thank you for sharing that journey. And so
Yeah.
what sparked it? Like, okay, so you have this previous career in the legal field. You've probably seen some things that are not so pleasant, right? You
Right.
decide because someone told you about it and you were good at it. And then you said, I'm going to go all in on my career. And majority of agents, their first year are lost, or they, like don't get the traction that most would want. I don't want to say you were lucky. I don't want to say that it was your past career. I don't want to say, I believe a lot of times it's what we have in here, what we
Right.
tell ourselves here.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there were days that you wanted to give up. I'm sure there were days that were hard. And I'm sure that rejection at some point was something you faced. How
Yeah.
did you overcome this to where you did not give up in your first year or second year? I mean, in these years that you're like, like today's just not a win. How did you
Yeah.
continue to have a micro win knowing that most people give up? What kept you going?
So, and sorry for the background, the window's open, so there might be
You're
someone
good. We're real live,
fire.
baby. We're keeping it
Okay.
real.
Perfect. So, prior to me leaving my job at the courthouse, I wanted the ability to have flexibility in time. And I wanted to be able, because I have two children, I wanted to spend time with my kids without asking someone else, can I please have time off? And many times being rejected because we were short staffed. So I found that real estate gave me the opportunity to have flexibility and freedom. And many times when I did call, I was rejected. And rejection is really hard for people. So I initially it was really hard, and sometimes I couldn't even call anymore because people would say horrible, mean things. Someone said "F you" or whatever the case might be, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I would just hang up. I realized it's part of the process, and they're not rejecting me. They're probably in a difficult situation, especially going to probate. They have loss, they have family things, they're worried, they're concerned. So my shift in my mindset was, it's not about me. And if I focus on them, how can I help them? From the get-go, when they answer their call, my reaction was different. I think many times we are afraid of success, and that was my issue. I was afraid of being successful, and before they even answered, I was thinking they're going to hang up on me, they're going to be mean. I shifted that mindset, and honestly, that's when everything shifted. I can literally call someone today and have a meaningful conversation and they know nothing about me. But I make the phone call about them. And it was more about how badly do I want this? And I wanted it badly. I wanted to grow, excel. I wanted to make money to be able to have the flexibility that I talked about. So I never really looked, and I was desperate for the money. I was desperate for the opportunity to be with my children more and to not be so worried about my bills. So that took me, every time that I say, I don't want to call today, nope, you got to call. And a mindset that I've created now is, when I don't want to do something, that's when I have to do it even more. So there's times still today that it's challenging and I don't want to get on the phone because I don't know, I'm like, I'm not in the mood. It's like, get the phone and start calling. No matter what, just do it. And I've literally had situations where I do one call and that's it. That was the one. It's unbelievable. If you continuously stay committed to your goals and your dreams, the results are amazing. And sometimes I'm like, I can't even believe it. I've had opportunities where I've helped 7 clients at once, 7 sellers. I just closed 3 last month. So the blessings are always there, but you have to really work for it. And it's all it's a numbers game. So you have to get your 10 or 100 no's to get to your yes. And I'm
Hold
looking
on.
for my yes.
You are quoting one of my favorite books, Go for the
Really?
No. Have you ever read Go for the No?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to send it to you. One of my
Okay,
favorite books. And
thank
it's
you.
exactly that. So Go for the No. I think a lot of times we're searching for that yes. And
Yeah,
we're searching for that win, right? And that instant gratification.
yeah,
Or, just want to be able to, say the win was getting a yes. But what's interesting in this book is that the art of falling in love with the no. The
correct.
art of falling in love with the no means, if my goal is to have 100 no's, when someone gets a yes, they stop. But in this book, it teaches the story of a success story when they fell in love with the art of no, and their goal daily was to get 100 no's. And what
Yeah,
would happen is, as he was focused on the no's, he would get more yeses, and
yeah,
everyone else would stop at the yes. And guess what? you got better. And like you just said, your calls started getting better and better and better, that he would get a yes. And then others would stop calling and stop reaching their target, their goal. And then their sales were decent. They weren't bad, but they were decent. His were by far superior, extraordinary, because his focus was on the commitment to the amount of no's that he was going to get versus the amount of yeses where he would stop. So his
Right.
target never, the win was always, how many people can I talk to and learn about their problems, learn about them? It might be no today, but it won't be no forever. But I'm growing the conversations. I'm talking to more people. I'm connecting with more people. And it is selfish of me to stop at the first win. So
Right.
such a great book. I'm going to send it to you personally. Go for the no, guys. Now is the time where we double down on no's. Now is the time we are okay and we fall in love with, oftentimes, no does not mean no. It just means not right now. You haven't provided enough value. I don't, my situation right now doesn't call for it. But the art of always being okay, of understanding that the no will lead you to more yeses, but don't stop at the yes. Don't stop at that one day that you have a win and think that this is how a winning day looks like. A winning day looks like for many of us who understand that, you have to get your calls in, you have to make your, you have to, hit your goals by at least honoring the commitment that you made of making your calls. That's a win too. Even if you didn't get someone on the phone that day, even if you did not, let's say get a yes. But who you learned about their problems, you learned about their challenges, you learned about why no right now. But yeah, I didn't want to hijack that, but it's one of my favorite books. Changed my life 10 years ago.
Absolutely. And again, for me, it's also knowing it's not about you. They're not saying no. It's not, before I took it so personal. I thought, oh my goodness, they're rejecting me. It's not about you. It's about whatever they're going through, like you mentioned. And even if I've had one that selected a different agent, I called them back and I said, can you please give me feedback? Because it's always about growing and becoming better. So even like you said, if it's not no, it's not, maybe not right now. Maybe I've had one 2 years later. So, you just follow up, you maintain the relationship, and the trust. It's all about trusting. So sometimes when we call people or when we meet people, we want to, just get the deal. It doesn't really work like that. Many times you have to establish a relationship with people.
I love that. It's so simple. And this is, again, we say it all the time. It's a people business first.
Yeah.
So you are so passionate, of course, about other women succeeding. Let's talk about that. I'm super passionate about women empowerment. Shout out to all the men in my world too. I love you guys too. But let's focus real quick on this mission of We Are Wire. What the purpose, the mission behind it, what your vision and dream is for this, so more women can learn about it and how we can support you in this cause.
Thank you. So I actually was coaching women empowerment prior to real estate. And the reason why I started coaching women, because I had many changes in 2019 and depression. And I found that I really didn't know who I was, especially after having kids. It's like, okay, you're a spouse, you're a mother, you're an employee, you are everything, but who are you really? So I started really focusing on myself and personal development, traveling to different states to get training, meeting different people that are like-minded. And I realized that I just needed a support and a team to really uplift me and help me find my greatness. So I started coaching women, teaching women how to really fulfill their dreams and reach their goals, because sometimes just having someone, guide you and show you how to do it is all you needed. So I work with women to reach their goals. And when I started real estate, I found that it's basically the same thing. Many women that get into real estate are looking for what I was looking for, which is freedom of time, to enhance their finances. And getting their license was the easy part. It's like, okay, so now how do I get these leads? They gave me 100 people to call. How do I even talk to them? How do I follow up with them? What do I even say when I connect with these people? So the rejection, the mindset, they're not wanting to talk to me. Many times that I talk to other agents, they don't even want to call because what do I say? I know they're not going to want to hire me. There's so many agents calling. So the reason why I created We Are the Wire, We Are the Women in Real Estate is to really support other women that are struggling as they get their license and have the same goals or similar goals that I did, but really don't know how to do it. So in this program, it's a 6-module program where I teach women how to make calls or how to talk to a client, how to follow up. I also added some of my recorded phone calls that were pretty successful at the end, and I was able to close the client. And in that way, they'll learn that they have it within them. And I'm just providing the tools necessary so they're able to have an example. Sometimes we just need to see it and feel it. What does the call look like? I've had people say, can I just listen into one of your phone calls? Wow. And like I shared, it's never about the real estate, especially in my niche, probate. I never call and I say, are you selling your house? Because everyone's doing that. Everyone's calling about their house. That's a given. I call about checking in with them, seeing if I could be a resource to them and establishing a relationship. So that's what I intend to do in my We Are the Wire, and also to make this field a little bit more professional because as soon as I tell someone, sometimes I'm a real estate agent, oh, you're a salesperson. You just want to take my house. And I want to change the narrative for all of us because I believe that we deserve more, especially as professionals that we are.
First of all, I just want to thank you because, the industry needs more women like you, more women leaders like you. And I get a little emotional thinking about it. A lot of people don't talk about mental health and depression and the challenges we face when we make this decision to come into this industry. It can feel lonely. Oftentimes you measure yourself up to other people. You see other people having success and maybe you're not having success immediately. And, it can cause anxiety. It can cause, just this sense of failure internally. Right. And we need to rewrite that story. We need to let people know that doesn't have to be the case, that you're not alone and things take time and you're going to have a tribe here to help you. And also thank you for taking the niche that you have developed and putting it into a course so that other people can have access to what you have lived, what has truly been a reason, the reason you're successful, and already being the visionary that you are, packaging it up so that others can have access to this, and for just being bold and thinking bigger at this phase in your career already. I mean, I am just in awe and so grateful and honored that, God continues to just bring so many people in my life that are as powerful and smart and driven and kind and purposeful as you are. And the fact that you also mentioned our industry, the barrier to entry, let's just be real, is very low. Yeah. But the amount of work that we have to put in and the amount and how important our work is and the level still of lack of professionalism overall in the industry, we've got a lot of work to do. You and I have got a lot of work to do. You, me, and a lot of other my friends, we got a lot of work to do, but together we can do so. Leveling up the industry, educating agents, helping them get through what they need to go through to succeed with their mindset, improving their craft, learning and hearing from others. Back in the days, Miriam, when I was in business, people would keep their business like this. They'd be like, I don't want to tell my secrets. I don't want anyone to know what I do. Why would I share? And I would say over the last 5 to 6 years, the industry definitely has been more collaborative. It's changed, but there's still people will only share just enough so you're not. And you're very similar to me. I'm like, have it all. I'm willing to share it all. Go rock on. I want you to thrive. I want you to be successful. And for you to already come in to my world already like this is just a gift from God, in my opinion. And I promise to be the biggest advocate for you when it comes to sharing your purpose and your passion and your community. I'm excited. I know that the entire community at eXp is going to be excited to welcome you and learn from you. And honestly, I would love for you to be at Build 23, which is on July 10th and 12th. It's going to be in San Antonio, Texas. And anybody who's listening to this, if you haven't gotten your ticket, I love love for you guys to join us, because I can't wait for you to meet so many people that are going to be excited to learn more about your, your knowledge and your, your vision, and how they can also support your vision to help you make more of an impact in the industry. Miriam, we love to keep these pretty short. We know that you're a busy agent. I know that you're at a conference right now, a foreclosure conference in LA. Another trait that you guys should learn, people like Miriam are constantly on a journey to learn, to master their craft, to be around the leaders that are, that are doing the things that she is passionate about. And of course, probate, foreclosure, being a specialist when it comes to working with the court system, and also helping sellers. She's just mastered the seller game. So thank you, my friend. I'm gonna let you get back to your conference. I can't wait to see you. Give you the biggest hug ever. And I can't wait to build with you and go change the world of real estate with you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Guys, if you're not following Miriam, follow her. Her handle is right below her name on IG. Send her a private message. Make sure that you give her some love and some welcome. And this is not the last time you're going to hear from my friend, Miriam Cruz. Bye, Miriam.
Bye.
Oh, wait.
Thank you. Oh.
Don't forget, guys, she's in California. So your California referrals, you are in good hands. Santa Cruz, right?
I'm in Santa Clara County by San Francisco.
You can service San Francisco. She's your girl. Hit her up.
Thank you.